you gotta stop trash talking about Nahida because she's not that bad as you think, and many people, talking about like she's falling off, this and that. I mean, it's not that bad as you think. The reality is, I still feel Nahida is one of the comfiest character, and especially when you think about building a character, Nahida is one of the easiest one to build. Let me show you my Nahida. So she doesn't have anything fantastic. She's just a normal character. So let me switch to my typical Hyperbloom team, I would say. So I mean, this team is super good for me at least. But I don't recommend, like, if you don't have Furina and Kokomi, you can still get this working. But for me, having Kokomi and Furina, I mean, that's super nice. Okay, so I switch to my Hyperbloom team. Let me show you my Nahida. Okay, so she's level 90. That's obviously you have to do because of the elemental mastery stuff. Right. Her weapon choices, I mean, you can get her signature, which is the best in slot, and you get another buff on top of what she provides with her talents. But again, like, who cares? Now, I gave her, R5 sacrificial fragment, and it works just fine. Like, if you want to, like, if you are very early gameplay, I would still recommend Magic Guide. I mean, it does pretty much, what she does best, and any damage increase as the passive from this Magic Guide still works. But I like this, extra bit of EM that provides from fragment, sacrificial fragment, which is fine. And I know, like, the passive here is not good, but still, like, it doesn't matter with Nahida. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to worry about many factors when considering working with Nahida. Right. So her artifacts, like, there's no argue with her best in slot, so it's deep wood. But if you want to play her little bit offensive mode, you need to get Gilded Dreams. And the funny thing is, you can get both of these artifacts from the same domain. So I don't think it's a waste to farm for Nahida. So you will get Gilded Dreams, so you can put Gilded Dreams for another character, or put it to Nahida and make her kind of a DPS role. But I don't recommend getting DPS Nahida, especially for free to play players. I mean, you don't need to. So you just especially look for comfiness in this team. When there's Nahida, you always look for the comfiness. So that's what I'm saying. Right. So consolation, like that, she's 0. And talents, obviously, I love my Nahida, so I, crown her skill and the burst. Normal attack, I usually don't do normal attacks with her. So still, like, in future, maybe I would, level up, but not for now. So because she's still one of the best character I own. So that's it. Like, I'm not going to explain all the mechanics behind her skill and burst. So you may check. Like, there are tons of guides regarding her kit, so you can check. But when you build Nahida, especially, you just need to put tons of elemental mastery. So my Nahida contains like 1009 EA, so which is not that hard to get with the free to play options. And other than anything else, like you have energy recharge, like bit of energy recharge, that's fine. You don't have to worry about that. And only thing is EM. Put 1000 EM as much as you can, and get it to the point 1000 EM. I think that's it. That's what you need to do. For other team members, like, I would recommend you can go with Hyper Bloom. Especially that's one of the best team composition I have played. But if you want to play Nahida with someone else, like Nilu Blue, still works pretty nicely. So my Nilu is, I got Nilu. I really love that character. So she's so beautiful, and I really love that. So I got her signature as well. So because I didn't want Nahida's signature to perform her. I mean, Nahida is not on field in my gameplay, so I don't want her to have her best in slot. But for Nilu, yeah, I'd love to have her on field because she's so nice and all the things. So I got her weapon and all the things. So what I'm saying is, if you pair Nahida with Nilu, I mean, that team is gonna cook super. But only thing with the Nilu Bloom, it's pretty niche, and you have to be, you are limited to, game play and styles, and you have to stick to that one. But still, uh, it rocks. But some of the abyss, recently we noticed that it's a little bit falling off with the damage because of the bloom reaction triggers and stuff. So it's not going to work with the current enemies so fast, and especially with the multi-wave stuff. So I don't think it's powerful as earlier with the abyss, but still, as a team, it's so powerful like Nilu Bloom with Nahida as a team member. But anyways, like the Hyper Bloom is still the, you know, it's one of the best. Again, like you can't argue with that card. So, so I'm gonna play with double Hydro. So I assume in like I will put my Yelan and the Shinshu. These two work together so well because I have signature for Yelan. She's a little bit lagging, you know, the energy recharge, which is bad. I know. If I want to, make a god level Yelan, I have to go for her constellation, which is I don't want to. In order to prevent that run, I usually run her with Shinshu with Favonius, so energy recharge is pretty much handled between them, and that's that. So other than that, like my normal team, which is Nahida, Cookie, Furina, and Kokomi, is one of the confused team you can never play in the Genshin Impact. Like you don't have to think about rotation and stuff, so they're gonna perform super fast and super well. So, so with that said, so I want to prove something that it's so comfy to play. So let's jump into Abyss and let's see how it's gonna look like. Alright, before we move on, let me show you my teams. First, I would like to show you the Hyperdome team. So it's Nahida. So main thing is 1000 EM. So that's it. Nothing special. 4-star weapon, and that's that. No consolation. C0 Nahida with tab 10. I had to crown her skill and burst because I love her. That's it. You don't need to, but it's good to have. The other member is definitely going to be Cookie. So my Cookie, where is she? Okay, here she is. Cookie is absolutely fantastic. She's also like easy to build. Like you level her to level 90, and it's a free to play craftable weapon. And my the R5 instinct is equipped by Kazuha, so I don't want to change that one. Because of that, I gave Cookie R2 instinct, and that just worked fine. So I don't worry about anything else. So that works well. So it's free to play options. That's too good. And her best in slot, Flower of Paradise Lost. So arguably, it is one of the best for her. And only thing that you need to look for is EM again. So overall, like it's close to 900 EM for my Cookie. Other than that, I'm looking for a little bit of healing. If I run her with Furina without Kokomi. So because of that reason, only for that reason, I would still uh, you know level up her talent, especially their skill, which gives healing for the active character. But nothing fancy here, like it hasn't even crown and just level 9, and her burst, like it's good to have, but I don't worry about her burst as well because she does what she does best, so I don't have to worry about these things. So that's what I'm saying, like Nahida Hyperboom team is low investment, wonderful team. Right. So it's those two pairs are, I think, kind of a must because it doesn't perform like Cookie with Raiden Shogun or maybe Fisher. No, I tried, but it doesn't give me the confidence that I feel with Nahida and Cookie. So the other two characters, obviously, you can switch to any composition. Maybe my like the disastrous team, I would say, is the Furina and Nevalet combination. But apart from that one, I still love Yelan and Shinsho combination, which is fantastic. So let me show you my Yelan. So obviously she's level 90. Her weapon, unfortunately, I had to get her weapon because I love that Aqua Simulacra. It's a really fantastic weapon. So I had to run this weapon with a few characters to test. So it's fantastic. So I got it. But with the Favonius, that works too. A little bit of decrease of her damage, but that's fine because she's HP, scaling character. You can focus on more of health or like I would say HP. Then she still works because of the burst. So I don't have consolation, so C0 Elan. And if I look at her talent, so it's still normal attack. It doesn't give you much, but if you plan to play her on field, I mean, definitely recommend to level that. And other than that, like skill, I kept level 9, and her burst, definitely the most damage come from her kit. So I kept, I crowned it, and that's it. For Shinshu, I mean, he's the like unattended character in my account because of Yelan. Like I didn't really build Shinshu well. So whatever the artifact I got for Yelan and other, emblem set, like whenever I change them to better ones, something left over. So those things are put into Shinshu, and that works just fine. So my Shinshu is like level constellation 5, and he's got like emblem, which is not the ideal because emblem set is already running by Yelan in this team, but I don't want to change because it works and that's it. Like if you want to have another buffing artifact set, that would be ideal to put it onto Shinshu because he's going to be off field most of the time without doing any on field damage. So you can do that and it will increase the damage significantly. But for talents, like I count her burst, but other than that, his talent like skill is okay, and normal attacks you can ignore. So these are simple builds, especially for Senshu. I don't care about these crit values. It's the only thing is energy recharge, which is 200. It's not good. I mean, it's enough because of the 4 years he's holding. So that's it. So those are the characters. For the other half of the Abyss, like I know it's gonna be a little pain because of the Geo stuff. I don't have a Geo well-built team. I don't have any 5-star character for Geo except Sheronin, which is I got like a couple of days ago. Sheronin is a support character and she's not there to handle those Geo stuff in my account. I mainly got her to work with other characters, and she's absolutely fantastic, by the way. Uh, but okay, moving on. Like it's a different topic. For this service, I feel Raiden Shogun is the best character to handle the second part. Maybe you can put Chlorine and see how it works. Maybe Alakino could work very well in that part. I don't have both of Chlorine and Alakino, and I didn't like their play style. Because of that, I didn't go for them. But I really love Raiden Shogun and Raiden Shogun with Chevaras and that Mono Pyro team rocks. So that teams like people might think that you need C6 Chevaras to perform. I mean that's not true. Like I don't have Chevaras consolations, just two. So that build is all very normal one. So you just have to get like at least 40k HP. So other than that, like her artifacts, you have to set Song of Days Pass, which is her best in slot, and that's it for Chevaras. So for Raiden, I mean, she's super nice. I mean, I really love Raiden Shogun as a character. But I know like she's not the highest ceiling character you can find in Genshin compared to Neverlet and Furina and so on. But still, she's my one of the favorite characters. So I usually, take her to my Abyss attacks, and she's gonna rock regardless of her status right now. Anyway, she's C0. Her talents like I crowned, double crown with skill and the burst. I probably crown her normal attack as well because I mean I love to play Raiden Shogun on field. I love those animations and play style. So it still like gives me like proper satisfaction as a Genshin player. Uh, a weapon, I would still, if you don't have a signature, it's good to have catch. Otherwise, I got this on in the standard banner, and still, it's fine for me. It works, so I don't want to change something that works for me. So I swapped those two things with Shenling, which Shenling is now holding the catch, and uh, Raiden is holding the primary Deadwing Spear. So that's not a problem. So overall, I'm little bit balanced her ER, which is about 200. Ideally, I could go for like 230, but this is totally fine. The crit value like almost 70 over 185, which is not bad because I know building Raiden is really hard. Finding perfect artifact for is the one of the hardest thing I did in Genshin. But because I love her, I kept farming for her for a long time, and finally like she's in good shape and she still do one super duper damage for my account, and I still love playing Raiden Shogun. So other than that, Shivaras Raiden. So then it's going to be Bennett. I mean, C6 Bennett. Like there's no downside of Bennett. Like he's one of the best 4 stars in Genshin. He's running with California and the artifact set with Noblesse. Uh, so that's it. And Shenling is a bit weird. It's hard to get Shenling working in most cases because balancing her crit damage over ER, it's really painful. But for this team, because of the mono pyro, and it still work. But I wish like if I could get more uh, good stuff for Shenling, she could be better. But I mean, I have big hopes for my Vika, and let's see whether she can replace my Shenling for those teams. But I'm not sure. But Shenling here is like 60, almost 60 over 155. It's not bad. Energy recharge as to 30 almost. Like that's also fine. So I'm running her with usual her best in slot with the emblem, and that's it. Like she's also C6, and which is hard to get for some people, but like when you have C6 shelling, that's fine. If you don't, I would still recommend go for her C3 and as well as C4, which is the best constellation for. Like if you have C4 shelling, like there's no big difference with 5 and C6, but still C6 got some additional damage. But I wouldn't mind, like if you have C4, then your shelling is good to go. So those are the themes I have for this service rundown. So let's jump in and see whether this hyperbome is bad or good. So in these three chambers, the first chamber is the most difficult one I find to go through because of the multi waves and different elements. Especially the scorpion. I mean, it's really pain to get through that one. But the red vulture is easy. I mean, it's fine. You can defeat it easily. But the scorpion, it was a little bit painful for me. So other than that, like any of these, like Ruin Gaias and Mr. Charles or whatever, it doesn't matter. We can go through easily with the Hyper Bloom. The Ruin Drake also, like it doesn't matter. It's easy to get through with the Hyper Bloom. So the second half, like you need some of the Geo, otherwise you have to go with the Overlord team, which I'm doing right now. So let's focus on the Hyper Bloom part and let's move on. So maybe I might fast forward later on with the second part because I want to highlight only the Hyper Bloom part of my gameplay. And yeah, let's go. So my first team is definitely going to be Nahida, Queen. And then I would put Yalan here and Sinshu, and I mean, they're gonna smash that first half for sure. I mean, it can be marginal because it's multi-wave and it's a little bit difficult these abyss, but yeah, I'm sure I can get through it. The second half, like obviously, this is the theme I want to run now. Okay, let's enjoy it.
I see everything. Make yourselves at home.
Witness the power of Gua. Out of my way. Busted. Game's up.
It's super easy, like you don't have to worry about locations. You just switch each character and maybe try the skill, the pearls, and go through the location.
Grow.
Things are about to get dicey. Busted. Our bond is strong.
But this part is the typical one, I would say. With the scorpion, like he push you down and the electron corruption, and you get hit. Like it's hard to dodge those attacks. But if you are super good, you can still do that. But I'm not that good Genshin player. But still, like I can manage.
Witness the power of Gua.
Committed to memory.
In here, like it's good cookies heal, and I would still like really love Zinshot's resistance that gives from that enemy attack, incoming attack, which is good.
You asked for it. Torn to oblivion.
Okay, as you can see, like my lightning is not doing like great deal of damage. Like those are very small numbers.
Stop right there.
Still, like it's fine.
Adventure time. Let's light it up. Going in.
I didn't have any problem with people talk about the things like the numbers are not quite good and so on, but regardless, like she's the retro Archon and I can't ignore the fact that she's the Archon. Place that is supposed to look at that good stuff. You can't.
We go.
You can't ignore.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
At the frying pan, it's
You asked for it.
This team is really nice and I don't find it is difficult to play.
Now you shall perish.
You have enough energy to recharge overall. Shivers does healing and
There is no
also
escape.
Bennett gives you that enough healing as well.
Let's light it up. Everybody stand back.
With Trident those like
nice and
the
spicy.
interruption resistance is super. As you can see, like Shelly is struggling with energy recharge. I can't get to those stuff and I'm almost when I switch to her, but that's fine. Even though it's close, like I could get through easily. So yeah, just fine.
Everyone hold hands. Make yourselves at home.
Quietly now. Game's up. Fun's over. Ring cutter.
First floor is the most difficult one, but
Roll. Share.
apart from that one, like these numbers are really easy. Like you won't find any difficulties to deal damage with the Hyperbeam special. As you can see, like it's full of damage. It's like it doesn't matter who does it,
Witness the power.
as long as you have enough EM on each character and Nahida buffing those. It's totally fun.
Our bond is strong. Quietly now.
It's super easy, like under a minute you can clear those things. It's fine. It's still fine. And
Boba, get them.
this is also fun, like you plunge bunch of plunge to break the shield and sometimes you have to get it right.
Dreamwork.
Other than that, like it's more of brain.
Into the fire.
You asked for it. Shine down. Now you shall perish. There is no escape.
Boba, get them.
Everybody stand back. Drop your weapons. Justice will prevail. Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered. Final warning.
What's best about these teams is like you just run through all the characters. Sometimes you have to be mind of the rotation, but other than that, it's so fun to play. You just use your skill, then burst and switch to rider and do bunch of normal attacks, which is nice. Look at that, like it's pretty easy. Even though it's kind of close, but it's fine as long as you get through the time and you get 3 stuff.
Hey,
It's fine.
share my knowledge.
Stand with me. Out of my way.
Sometimes maybe you miss one people
Ring
and
cutter.
it won't get you to the perfect scenario, but still it's hard to go to the attack any enemy.
This
strong. Busted.
Committed to memory. The Temple of Wisdom.
Things are about to get dicey. Witness the power of Gawa.
Dissipate. I'll settle this.
So except for Neverlet teams, I don't find any other team comfy
There is no
than
escape.
like this Hyperbole
Drop
team.
your weapons.
Neverlet team is obviously the most confused team I ever played. I didn't have to worry about anything, just go through the rotation, switching early and do the damage most of the time. But for Hyperbole team, that's similar case.
Shine down.
You have to worry about a little bit if you are running
Everybody
into
stand
the
back.
to make sure like everyone
Justice will come.
gets a great time and get healing if you're not using someone like Baishu to heal the entire party. Especially with Kokomi and running with Cookie,
Stop right there.
it makes so comfy like, because of double healing. But yeah, even though it's not just healing light level team, Hyperbole is still one of the best
There is no
as far
escape.
as I believe.
Inazuma shines eternal. Illusion shattered.
To be honest, I like this Shimmer's all-out team myself.
Let's light it up. Everybody stand.
In here also like I don't have to worry too much about rotation. Just go through and from Shivers to then Shenling and burst over things while we have the build burst. Then sometimes I miss build burst to get Riding's burst, but that's still going to do some significant damage. Usually it doesn't matter most of the time. As you can see, like we have like more than 10 seconds to spare. I didn't even play aggressively this row. So yeah, it's just like 7 minutes to spare and we could complete like that's pretty darn easy.